What is up there, beautiful people, and welcome to another edition of Just Trending News. So today we're speaking about none other than Cyan Boujee or Cyan Boujee, okay? Now, for those of you who know Cyan Boujee, she is no stranger to controversy, and obviously she trends all the time. But I feel like these past couple of months, ever since she started taking her DJing career really seriously, she has sort of not trended as much as she used to trend in the past, okay? So I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw this tweet by Umusa Kawula, okay? It says, Cyan Boujee damages the car of her hired driver. Cyan Boujee hired an Uber driver for a personal trip to Bloemfontein. The initial agreement for the trip was 6,000 Rand. Cyan Boujee only paid the driver 3,000 Rand deposit and promised the driver that the balance will be settled once they reach Bloemfontein. Upon arrival, the driver wanted his balance and Cyan Boujee told him that the balance will be settled even later. An argument ensued, ending up with Cyan Boujee throwing bricks at the driver's car. A case of vandalism has been opened against Cyan Boujee. And wow, you guys, when I tell you that people obviously to this tweet and, you know, in response to a lot of other quote tweets on Twitter or on X, I call it Twitter, have had a lot to say, okay? So one person said, and somehow y'all want us to believe she bought a house cash. Yeah, not a house. La Hashem. So this is obviously in relation to the fact that Cyan Boujee recently posted that she bought a house and she posted herself moving out of her previous apartment and into her new house. So obviously people are saying if she cannot afford to pay a full 6,000 Rand or the balance remaining of, which is 3,000 Rand, how might she have bought a house cash? But like if she did buy a house cash, then obviously houses aren't, you know, really cheap these days. So, you know, it could be that, you know, she might be in a financial strain because she bought a house. Just because she bought a house and does not have money to pay the 3,000 Rand balance that she owes this driver allegedly, it doesn't necessarily mean that she didn't have the money to buy the house to begin with. Maybe she's currently broke because she bought the house, right? Another person says, Cyan, I will send you the driver later. Uber driver, no, I want it right now. Someone else said she doesn't have anger issues, this one, she's just foolish. And I'm going to read the last tweet by Chris Axel. Chris XL said, the Uber driver must sue the tampon out of her. He got all the evidence he needs. So obviously that was in relation to basically an incident that happened with Cyan Boujee a while ago, you know, and I'm not even going to go into that incident, but I just wanted to say personally, love Cyan Boujee. I've always been I've always enjoyed consuming her content because generally I do believe that online and when she's making TikTok videos or YouTube videos or, you know, these Instagram stories or whatever, she does seem like she's, you know, such a fun person. I do enjoy her lightheartedness. I do enjoy her content, her clapbacks sometimes and all of that. And like I said in the beginning of the video, that she hasn't really been trending for anything negative. You know, if people are speaking about Cyan Boujee these days, it's most often in relation to her DJing career that seems to be picking up. She seems very booked and busy. She's always at gigs DJing and she seems to genuinely be enjoying what she's doing and the space that she is in right now. However, I do know that in the past, Cyan Boujee has trended for, you know, putting her hands on people. She's trended for putting her hands on, I think it was an ex of hers, putting her hands on a manager. If I speak under correction, but if I remember correctly, she did put her hands on a manager. And most recently, I think the last incident of this, she did put her hands as well on some lady at a club, and the lady even came, you know, because Cyan had allegedly snatched her wig out of her head. And honestly, it's getting out of control now. I think that whatever is causing her to react in this way, she needs to do some self-introspection and she needs to put it under control, guys, because I promise you, life has a way of turning itself or turning you upside down in a way that's unimaginable ever. You could get into a fight with someone and it might seem like you just want to, you know, maybe brick their car, or you just want to, you know, lightly put your hands on that person, and then something might happen and that person might actually end up dying. You know, there's been many situations where people got into an altercation or someone pushed someone, that person then proceeded to fall, hit their head in a really bad way, was brain damage, or that person passed away immediately. And obviously in that situation, your intent was never to murder that person or to kill that person, but your action actually contributed to that person dying, and so you will be arrested and you will be tried for murder. Situations like this honestly do happen, you know. And another thing that I wanted to say is that some people have been saying one day she will meet her match, meaning she will put her hands on the wrong person one day, and you know, it basically will not end well for her. And especially in a situation where she's not constantly, but in the past she has been fighting with men as well. Men are genetically known to be more powerful than women, you know. And if things continue and escalate in this way, she's going to put her hands on the wrong man, and the wrong man is going to retaliate and teach her a lesson she might never forget. I honestly do like Cyan Boujee, but I do not stand for this, alleged behavior. And honestly, the fact that a case of vandalism has been opened at the police station, I think this is not her first rodeo with cases being opened against her at the police station and all of that. She really does need to watch it, because one of these days she's going to do something and some charges are going to stick, and she's going to ruin her life and her career and her potential, all because she couldn't control her hands. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think about this in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next upload.